We wanted to do like something about volcanoes, but then they wanted to do something in China, and then we ultimately decided that we should do the thing about China, because then since it happened in China, they're using a Chinese search engine, so then they would be able to find better information.
Yeah, Rock, wait, really? Rock, tell me about that. What do you mean Chinese search engine?
There's a Chinese search engine that is called Baidu. It's kind of same as Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard about that. It's like the equivalent, right? And so you're finding information from Baidu, and are you finding things on there that aren't on Google?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And so did I hear this right? You chose them to do that because
It's better for research.
Yeah.
it's better for your research, because I know,
And it's easier for them. It includes them better.
right,
as well.
for the language. So now you had actually two actual sources working together to get more information, because you guys are still searching on our English sites, right? Okay. And so what have you found about that? Does it work? The question?
Yeah, we found a lot of
Okay,
information.
so give me the question. Where are you now? What's your main inquiry?
If the Great Sichuan earthquake was caused by humans, what does that mean for like how people would react, or the reaction of the people, how people would take that information?
Okay, so I'm going to play the devil's advocate here to make sure this question is good. So if the humans could control the tectonic plates, what does that mean? So what?
They can
Cause earthquakes.
Yeah.
Cause earthquakes, okay. And so what?
Just to cause earthquakes, they could cause a lot of destruction, kill a lot of
Okay,
people.
here's the question. Why would somebody want to do that?
For it would benefit construction businesses because they will have to clean it up.
Oh, so you're thinking about who's going to benefit
Yeah.
afterwards from that. Okay, that's good. Rock, what other reason might someone, if you're looking at Sichuan, China, why might somebody want to cause an earthquake there?
They want to make some money.
Want to make money. Okay, so don't answer them fully. I want you guys to take these ideas and these questions and run with them, because they're your ideas. But make sure you're always thinking, am I answering the main question? Does it lead me back to proving your conspiracy theory, right? And where were you going to go for the sources? You're going to go to Baidu and obviously Google. How about primary data?
You want me to explain this one?
Yeah.
We researched a little bit, and we found this organization called EERI, like Earthquake Engineering Research Institute.
Okay.
And they did a research report on the Sichuan earthquake, and they had a lot of names credited, so we were going to ask one of them.
Okay.
And I was looking around on Google, and there was this guy named, I don't know how to pronounce it. It was like
Sure.
Wee Wee, and he did.
Ai Weiwei. Yeah.
And
Famous artist,
he was an artist, and he was doing art about what happened and how the government isn't taking, like, they're not doing that much for what happened in the earthquake.
Right. Actually, that's really interesting that you mentioned that, because I would not have guessed that you would have known who that artist was. But because of his research now, you know, he's quite famous. He had a big show here in Toronto.
So we're thinking of emailing him and asking for, like.
You should tweet him or email him, because from what I understand, he replies. Right? Because last year the school did a little bit of visit, and they did some tweeting with him, and he replied. So that would be fantastic. Let me ask you a question. How are you deciding who's doing what in terms of the project? Because you still got another, 10, 12 weeks now? How are you going to decide?
Just depending on what we liked, we decided I want to do something about the economy. He wants to work on the citizens, and he wants to work on the geography part of the project. And he's working with Lucas, because he could translate what he finds in English.
Right. Okay. And Raka, you're probably, I'm guessing you're probably going to do the math, right? Is that something you're strong with? But I wouldn't mind if you partner up with someone else too in the group, right? Because then you can also teach him, and you can learn from him as well. Why this conspiracy theory? How did you guys even come up with this? Because this is the most interesting one.
You were researching on it.
Yeah, we researched a little bit into how it was actually caused, and we found out about this Three Gorges Dam, about it could have added extra pressure to the area. So we were wondering, and there was a lot of people who were saying that it added extra pressure. So then we were wondering, like, what was the government made it? So what was their thinking behind
Right.
it?
Because do you think the government knew about this?
Yeah.
Or knew the potential to have this disaster? This is really interesting. I mean, if you guys find that this is true, what do you think?
Hard-hitting expose.
Yeah.
Big expose, go public, right? W5.